What if you didn't need any reasons that you think you do in order to manifest what you want? What if you don't actually need to do more? What if you could shift today? What if you could shift in one sentence, one question? Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliet Cleary. I'm a manifestation coach helping you to quantum jump into your highest vision, your highest timeline. And if you enjoy this content, you resonate with this message, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and tap the bell icon. If you would like to work together, my courses, my private coaching, my free guide on how to quantum jump in 7 days, that's all in the description box below for you, as well as the link to my meditation channel. What reasons do you think you need in order to have what you want? Like, what is there on this checklist in your mind of yes, I have to fix this and I have to do this and I have to do that and it's got to be like this? And what are the reasons that you've come up with, the rules that you've placed around your manifestations in order for you to manifest them? What if you don't need to actually do any of those things in order to manifest what you want? You don't need to fix problems and you don't need to do more. That is a trick of the mind. What if the things that you thought you needed, you didn't need at all? Now, it can be powerful to write down these reasons. Write down the reasons of what you think you need to have in place in order to do what you want to do, or what you need to do mindset-wise, manifestation-wise, in order to manifest what you want. Whatever those problems are, and they don't have to be big problems. It could be that you're at this amazing level in your life, but you want to step up. You want to step up into even more. And then there's this thing of if I want even more love, even more joy, even more excitement, even more passion, even more fun experiences, even more money, even more whatever it is. You're wanting more. There's usually this thing of if I want more, I have to do more. I have to do this. This has to be in place. I can't just jump into that level because I have to do this, this, and this first. Or I'm just not quite there at that level yet. That level exists right here and now within you. Whatever that problem is, or problems that you think you have that you need to solve, you don't. You don't. All you ever need to do is adopt a different identity, a different frequency, or another way of saying it, a different state of being. These problems, whether they're minor problems or whether they're health issues and money issues and things like that, whatever it is, big or small, whatever, these problems exist in the current personality. So within your personality, these problems are in there. It's a part of you. It's a part of that person, their personality construct, or you can call it avatar. This avatar, right, that you've been mostly being, functioning as. The problem is a part of that personality. The problem is, again, it may not be a problem. It's just something that you feel is stuck, not leveling up. It exists in that person's timeline, right? And you, in order to be this avatar, this personality, this character right now, this identity, you must be choosing thoughts and therefore beliefs, emotions, and actions in your life more consistently that are aligned with this character. It's who they are. And so if you recognize, all the things that I thought I had to do to get to this next level over here, where I'm more happy, excited, fulfilled, I'm healthy, I'm rich, I'm free, I have so much freedom in my life, I'm so creative over here, I have beautiful, loving relationships, all of that. Whatever you thought you had to do to get over there, you realize you don't have to do that, because that's a part, all those reasons, all those excuses, all those rules, definitions, they're all a part of the current avatar, the current character you're playing. So they're actually quite irrelevant to this other identity, this other life, this other completely different timeline that you're wanting to live. So it's about shifting identity. It's about shifting a state of being and being a different character more consistently. You're not perfect. You're not super happy and excited all the time. None of that. But you are different. You are different. And when you are more this character who already has this life playing out, then the old character fades out. The old timeline fades away. And you're now this new person experiencing this new life, which is here and now and always was when you decided to actually step into it and live it. Your job is to figure out what is different. It's not even this hierarchy thing of what's better about this version of me who has that, the version of me who lives in, I don't know, Florida. So you want to live in Florida. The version of me who drives that car or has that kind of relationship or is really fulfilled or really healthy. Like, it's not the thing of like they're better. It's all equal. It's all neutral and it's all equal. It's all, in a sense, on the same level. The only shift in frequency is, again, it's not this hierarchy thing. It's just that that person's different. Just different. Got some different thoughts, different, therefore, beliefs, different emotions that they feel more often because of those thoughts and beliefs, and therefore different actions and behaviors. So your job, like I said, is to figure out what's so different about them. And it's not these huge different things. It's like maybe they have stronger boundaries. Maybe they are not reactive to things that I'm, like me and this old character, is really reactive to, because they just don't take things personally. They don't sweat the small stuff. Maybe they're really confident and they've chosen to be, and they back themselves. They trust themselves and they act in ways that show that. They know their worth and they act in ways and behave in ways that show that. They're the kind of person who acts on what they want to do and doesn't hold back, right? There's just these little things. It's the kind of person who chooses to spend a little extra time cooking a healthy meal as opposed to just grabbing something that doesn't really resonate or serve them and makes them feel not so great. It's like these little changes, like what's different? What's different here? And then if you be that different version of you, you get that different life. And then there is no reason to, like, that you need. There's no things that you need to actually do to fix the problems. They don't exist in this personality, in this frequency, in this state of being. It's in the old you. And I will say that your current personality, your current identity usually comes up with all these reasons, all these excuses, all these beliefs, because it makes it seem like you can't actually move forward. You can't actually do what you want to do. You can't actually have what you want to have or feel how you want to feel or think how you want to think. It makes you feel like you're not really in control, and you are in full control. You know exactly what you're doing. Those are the reasons that come from this, limited identity, because it doesn't want you to step into the new. It wants you to stay where you are, even if that's like pretty good, but you want to level up. You're feeling the expansion, you're feeling the pull forward, but it wants you to stay safe. It wants you to stay safe. It wants you to stay right where you are. And if you buy into those reasons, you buy into those things of like, I got to do all these things to fix my problems, that part of you, that old identity wants you to do that, because it knows it'll keep you in this cycle of fixing. It'll keep you in the same level of mind, therefore the same state of being, in the same personality, the same life. It knows that if you focus on these things, that all these things you need to do more of, that you need to tick off, that you're just going to stay right where you are, because you're thinking and acting from within the current identity. And you can't be thinking and feeling and acting within the current identity, even if it seems like you're doing stuff to try and get to that next level, right? You can't be doing that and be the new person, right? You can't be both. You can't serve two masters. So which is it in this moment? Even though this seems really convincing that I've got to do all these things, I have to do more, I have to do this, and this in order to be successful, to feel successful or whatever. You see through the illusion of that, and you choose instead to be the identity that aligns with what you actually really, truly want. You're either being that person or you're not. If there is ever a moment where it feels like you have to do more in order to receive more in any kind of way, you are in lack, you are in separation, you are in the old identity. Because when you are in the new identity, they know that it's not about doing more. They know they probably do less. They do less and make more money. They do less and get better results. Have you noticed that there are people who manifest so effortlessly and they're not sitting there doing like a 70-part course and going over it and then reading like 50 books and then just scrolling all day through YouTube or TikTok and how do I manifest? I'm like, how do I get this? I need to know more, do more, right? That's the old personality. It's noticing when you're doing that and then making a different choice that the new identity would make. So trying to solve a problem within the same level of consciousness, it can't happen. It exists within that consciousness, within that identity. It's part of it. And that's what we've seen in cases of multiple personality disorder, where, there are actually cases where people would, in one personality, they have a tumor in their body. And as soon as they switch to another personality, like they had scans and tests and all these things, instantly that tumor is gone. Instantly. What does that tell you? There were even people who had allergies, really strong allergies in one personality. Next personality, nothing. And one who had, different colored eyes. And these shifts and changes were happening instantaneously. So what does that tell us? It tells us that you have multiple personalities within you. And when you actually really commit, maybe in a slightly different way than someone with multiple personality disorder, but when you really commit to being this new character in your life, to being, not pretending, not acting as if, being this new person, because if you think about it, with multiple personality disorder, they truly know and believe they are this new person. They believe they are this other person. That's why the tumor's gone, right? If you really start to be this new person and believe, because you've chosen to be this new person, and visualizing that first helps to, put that into your brain that you are this person. Then of course, if you have, the tumor, that's in the old version of you, not in the new version. Money issues. One of those personalities could have really negative beliefs around money, lots of lack, can't attract it. And another one doesn't even think about it and just has an abundance of money coming to them, right? Lots of ideas, just a completely different person, right? And you being that new person to some degree more consistent, just more often in your life, then you're the person now who never had money issues. You're not the person who ever had the issues, even if it was 10 seconds ago. 10 seconds ago that you were identifying as that person, like, oh man, I can never get the money. It's just not working. It doesn't work for me. And if you did something to shift in how you think, how you feel, what you've chosen, what you've assumed in the moment, and you're starting to feel and be that new person now everything has shifted. Now everything has changed. You are now the person who's great with money, who actually has never had any limiting beliefs around money and never any lack of it. And then you start to see it flood in. So again, it's looking at how is that person different, and knowing, just like multiple personality disorder, you can actually fully tap into that person right now. You can shift completely right now. And if you really believe you are this new person, if you've really decided that this is who you will be, this is who you are, And maybe you make that choice multiple times a day in the beginning, right? The more that you are being that person, the more you have that person's life. It's as simple as that. You're going to see things drastically shift in one, like you can have instantaneous healings. The people who are having instantaneous healings, even with meditations or whatever it is, all it is that they manage to completely shift into a different personality than they were before that meditation, before that moment. And people do this without meditation too, but I'm using that as an example. It just means that they changed personality and they were willing to in that moment, and therefore the illness doesn't exist because it never did. It doesn't in this person. And sometimes people will have the instantaneous shifts or manifestations, and sometimes it's a bit of time, or happens over that bridge of incidents. I had some massive paradigm shifts around this in December because I wanted to take a step up in my business. And I thought that there were all these things I had to do, because people will kind of tell, some people will tell you that. Some people will tell you what you should do, what you can do, what you shouldn't do, like things like that. And I didn't realize that like I could do, because in my mind, I was just like, I put business in a separate category almost. Like business is different to some other things, and it's not. And I kind of thought, okay, I have to do all these different things in order to step up into that level, not realizing the only time I ever step up into that level is when I step up into that level now. And I was like, oh, I can just be it now. I'm going to step into that now. I can choose it now. And I did. And it was incredible. Everything shifted instantly in that month. And there's also been times in my life where I have gone round in circles thinking, okay, like I know my money beliefs. I know limiting beliefs. I know my limiting beliefs around health or self-worth or whatever it is. Oh, but now what more do I need to do? What more do I need to do about this? As opposed to realizing I could actually just let it go. Realizing that there actually didn't need to be more of a process, and that the process that I felt like I needed was just to keep me in the old identity longer, just even a little bit longer, because I wasn't ready to move forward yet. I hadn't really decided within to change, to move forward. So it's never about doing more. Doing more. What more do I need to do? Again, anytime you ask that question, you're in survival, you are in lack. And this is not to say don't take action if you know there are actions in your life that would make you feel better, make you feel great, align with your new identity, because it's really important that you act and you follow through. If you don't follow through on any of the things that are coming through of an idea, an impulse, an action, if you're not following through and implementing things, then you're not actually being the new person. You're not integrating it into your reality. But it's saying you don't need to sit here and figure this out and fix this and fix that problem and focus on the problem. When you're focused on the problem, again, you're in the old identity. If there is a solution that you need to know, that you need to do or whatever, you'll get that in the new identity, in the new frequency, because it's not a part of you there. So if this, whatever it is that's bothering you or keeping you stuck or something you don't like, there's something for you to actually do to let that go. That'll come from that different frequency. It'll come from the new, you being the new identity, because it doesn't exist there. So there must be something that you either need to do, which it'll come to you. It'll come to you and you follow through, and that'll be released. That'll be let go of. That won't be a part of your life anymore, or it just disappears. I love this this thing that Neville Goddard said of like, you want to go on holiday. Imagine yourself there and you are there. And he's like, some people will say, but I can't afford it. And he's like, but who's asking you if you can afford it or not? You place that reason there. You place that rule there, that limit, that limitation there. No one's saying, how are you going to afford it? And you need to figure this out, right? That's really just that physical mind, that personality structure speaking. You don't have to know the how. It's not your job at all. You don't. The physical mind can't actually predict how something's going to happen. So you drive yourself crazy in trying to figure it out. If you are there in imagination, in feeling, if you are there, then you're there. So why does there need to be more? Like, check in with yourself of, why do I think there has to be more to do, more to know, right? And really, like, you might have some things come up, like, oh, I didn't notice that there. But it is usually this thing of like, I'm keeping myself in the current identity. This is why we don't fix problems. We definitely take action, but we take action from a good feeling place, from a higher level of consciousness. We follow through on actions that align with this new timeline, this new version of us, but we don't fix problems, we shift timelines. And then you continue to think, feel, and act in alignment with this new timeline. Be the new version of you more of the time. Again, there's a rule that people put of like, I have to feel good all the time and I have to do this all the time. And it's like, no. Just more often be the vibration, be the person that you actually want to be, the person who is already living the life that you want to live, feeling how you want to feel, the abundant version of you, the person who feels grateful. Be that person more often. Okay, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, let me know by commenting down below, giving this video a thumbs up, and subscribing if you haven't already. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.